Okay, guys, last video of this series showing you I made all the elements for the mailbox, the Love Letter mailbox. The hardest part of this mailbox definitely was this front title. It comes as an embellishment, and there's lots of little lines, so it was hard to figure out. And I think I've worked out all the kinks so that it won't be hard for you. Hopefully, I can recreate it for you and show you exactly how I did it. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is the end product. These are the 4 different pieces that we need. If you see, it has lots of layers. Let's see if I can, let's see if I can open it again. Can never find the pictures here. Oh well. We'll look back in a second, but these are all different colors, okay? And these are different sizes and things that I'm going to need. So I'm just going to open a new canvas so that you can see from the very beginning, okay? The first thing you're going to do is go to File and Merge and Mailbox Love Notes. It is an embellishment. So under Components, you have to choose Embellishments again. It's under the Designer Kits, and it's called the Mailbox Love Notes. There it is right there. And again, you always have to choose what kind of file because it's not going to come up. The embellishments are not SVGs. That means they're not ready to cut. They are PNG files. So we're going to choose the love letters, and here it is. And I try to recreate it close to the same colors. The fact that it's light made it difficult also, I think, for the tracing, but you'll see. So we're going to select the trace area. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to trace the whole thing. Okay. And I'm going to make that high pass filter all the way to 100. And I'm going to trace it. So now let's pull this out, and you can see I've got lots of things going on here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so that we can zoom in and see it really well. Your size doesn't matter while you're working on it, whatever you're comfortable with. I try to make it big so I can see really well. And then you can resize it once you're done. Okay, the first thing we need to do, I'm going to start with the easiest part I thought was this whole banner here. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this whole thing. Control C if you're on a regular computer, Control V, okay? And you'll see why in a minute. And I'm going to just place that over here. Now, I'm going to come to, and I think this is out of the range of the camera. Let's see if I can move that over. I'm going to come over here to this eraser. This is your eraser, and I'm just going to choose the biggest eraser. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to erase all this. And honestly, what we can do, if it'll catch up, you don't even have to do that. You can go across like this and across like this. And basically, this is kind of just cutting it apart. Okay, now choose your arrow and just drag it across here. Select all that and hit delete. Okay, that's a little bit faster. Make sure you don't select anything of importance. And we're just going to delete all of these little things that we do not need right now. All right, so now you can see we've got a double line here we've got to get rid of. So I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select that, delete, select that, delete. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I feel like we have gotten close enough to the ideal shape. Now here, this is going to be questionable. I highlighted that and let's see what it does. Okay, no, that worked. Sometimes you delete something and it deletes something you don't want deleted. Just hit undo. Now see, just like that. I don't want that to be gone. So I'm going to come over here and undo. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer, like this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my knife and I'm going to cut right here. Okay, all that does is cuts, and I'm going to cut right there. Now I'm going to zoom in even more so I can see it really well. Make sure you choose your arrow. Let's see, we need to get rid of some of this. No, that's not what we want to get rid of. All right, let's see, what we need is part of this right here. So I'm going to take my eraser, and oops, that's my knife, my eraser, and I'm going to come down all the way and cut that, erase that, okay? All right, so let me get my arrow again, and I'm going to click on this line, actually, is the one I need, and I'm going to right click and choose weld. Okay, so now each one of these should be different parts. I clicked 2 times on it, and I'm just going to drag that over to right there, and now they're connected. And now I'm going to grab this one, right click and weld And I'm going to click this one 2 times, and I'm just going to move it over so that it connects right there. Okay, and you can get real picky with it, but believe me, it's so small, no one's going to tell. All right, for some reason, there's a little piece there. We're going to delete that. And we're going to take this. Oops. Sometimes if you get it to where it's all black, that's how we want it, okay? And I'm going to connect that right there. Not all black, but let me do that again for you. See, when it's red, it's going to move it, but when you click on it and it's open, black and white, you can stretch it out, okay? So now I don't want it to cut all this. I'm going to come over here with my eraser, and I'm going to clean this off right here. So now when it cuts, and if I zoom out a little bit, you'll be able to see the shape a little bit better. You see where we're going here? And I just folded mine and made a crease line there. So it gave the appearance of being folded back. All right, so now let's see, we've got a couple more things over here. Let's see, we can delete that and come over here and zoom up. Actually, let's zoom out and make sure everything is connected here. Yes, that looks good. All right, let's drag it over here and see what we got. Okay, so right here you can see these two are not connected. So I'm going to take my handy eraser and I'm just going to wipe down just like that. Go back to the arrow. Click 2 times till you get that little red thing. Click him again, and we want to stretch him out so he intersects with that line. Click 2 times, click again, drag this guy out. Now we're going to get this guy and drag him out until they meet. And when you think it looks good enough for you, you're going to highlight all of it and you're going to group it. Okay? All right, so let's zoom out. Now that's the first part, and I know this video is going to go long, guys. I am sorry, but this one really is pretty tricky. All right, I'm going to move that out of the way for right now. Bring this guy over. Now I'm going to click it again. Control V, give me another copy so we can work with later. All right, so now I'm going to do this white part, the part that has the hearts and the love. So I'm going to zoom in, and I am going to get my knife, and I'm going to cut right there. Whoops. And, oh, come on. Right there. And 1 and 2 is what you need. And 1 and 2. And it completely cuts it. Just like scissors. Now I'm going to select this guy and delete this guy. Let's see if this deletes. Okay, do you see what I'm doing now? I'm getting rid of the part that we've already made that's going to be cut. And I can highlight these letters, delete those. Oops, didn't get that guy. Delete, delete, lots of deleting. All right, so now these are going to stay here. Let's look at that picture again. Okay, so we did this in blue, and I just cut a strip of black and put behind there. Nothing fancy, just a scrap piece. Now this is going to be cut in white. Okay, so let's go back over here. Now I am going to zoom in a little bit. Right here, and I'm going to take this inside one and I'm going to stretch it until it gets to that guy right there. Okay, and I probably need to move it over a little bit. We're going to want to zoom in a lot right here so we can make sure that these are right on top of each other. There we go. Okay, come over to the other side and get those 2 inside ones to connect. Okay, now let's see, a little bit over. Okay, that's it. Now we've got to delete these outside lines, okay? Click and delete, click and delete. Be careful that you don't delete the wrong thing. Click, delete, click and delete, and delete. We want a couple of little stray cut lines over here we want to get rid of. Okay, there we have it. Now I'm going to trace over it and group those together. Okay, so now they move as one. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. Now what I did, I'm just going to move it over here. We'll get the sizes right in a second. What I did is cut that out on white. I put a scrap piece of, actually no, I put a scrap piece of the pool party here and pool party here. Now we need a strawberry slush frame and a basic black frame, and that's it. So let's go back over here. And, whoops, just make sure I'm still recording. Okay, yes, I'm just making sure. All right, so now what I'm going to do, actually, instead of cutting this all up, let's just make it easy. Let's come over here and let's choose this one. And let's make one that we like the size. Okay, like that. And then let's make one more for that basic black. Oh, that's a little bit too big, so we got to move it and drag it in a little bit. There. Now I'm going to bring this over here and see what size I need it. I like it hanging off there. And there we have it. Okay, so you're going to cut this in Pool Party, and you're going to cut this in a piece of white, and this medium one in strawberry, and the large one in black. And there you have it, right there, guys. That's it. Not too bad. I used lots of dimensionals. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.